Hi, this is Alex from devstories.eu, OpenAI SDK, Episode 3 of 18. Writing JSON schemas for language model tools by hand is tedious and fragile. One missing bracket or mismatched type and the model fails to understand how to interact with your system. Instead of manually writing these definitions, you can just write standard Python and let the framework do the translation. This is exactly what we cover today, equipping agents with Python function tools. A common misconception is that exposing local logic to an agent requires maintaining two sources of truth. People assume they need their actual Python code, plus a separate complex JSON configuration file that describes that code to the language model. With the Agents SDK, you completely bypass the manual JSON writing. You simply write a standard Python function and place the function tool decorator directly above it. When you apply that decorator, the SDK goes to work under the hood using Python's built-in inspect module and Pydantic. It scans your function's signature. It reads the parameter names, extracts the type hints, and pulls out the function's docstring. From those elements, it automatically generates a strict JSON schema and attaches it to the agent. Let us look at a concrete scenario. You want to give your agent a function called fetchWeather. This function needs precise geographical data to work. Instead of letting the model guess what string format to use, you define a specific structure. You create a custom type, perhaps a typed dictionary called location, containing distinct string fields for city and country. You then use this location type as the strict type hint on the input parameter on your fetchWeather function. Here is the key insight. You must add a clear docstring to this function. You might write a simple sentence stating that this tool retrieves the current weather conditions for a specific city and country. The framework extracts this text and uses it as the tool's core description in the prompt. Your docstring is no longer just a helpful note for your fellow developers. It is the literal instruction manual the agent evaluates to decide if it should trigger the tool. If a user asks whether they need a jacket in Tokyo, the agent reviews the available tools. It reads your docstring, realizes the fetchWeather function provides the answer, and structures a request. Because you type hinted the input with your location dictionary, Pydantic guarantees the agent's output exactly matches the required fields before your Python logic even executes. If the model tries to pass a single text string instead of the dictionary, the framework catches the error and forces the agent to try again with the correct structure. The SDK executes the function locally, captures the return value, and feeds the result directly back into the agent's reasoning loop. Your standard Python type hints and docstrings are no longer passive documentation. They form the active binding API contract your agent relies on to interact with the real world. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me. Until next time, take it easy.